Father, we thank you that it's your breath in our lungs. Thank you for this amazing opportunity just to pour out our worship to a God that loves us, to a God who's made ways out of no ways for us. Thank you, Jesus. You give life, you are love, and you bring light to the darkness. You give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. So great are you, Lord, 'cause it's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's all for you, Jesus. 'Cause you give life, you are love, and you bring light to the darkness. You give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. So God, today we cry out, great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out. Father, today we pour freely. It's your breath in our lungs. So God, today we pour. Oh, it's your breath in our lungs. Holy, it's yours, God. All of our worship, all of our praise, it belongs to you today. So we freely give it to you. La da 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 da. New mercy rising, faith igniting, hope awakening, hearts aligning. God is moving, doors are opening wide. Purpose calling, destiny aligning. Every promise heaven spoke, every seed that faith has sown. Now the season is unfolding. When faith and focus come together, heaven begins to move. When we stand on what God promised, there's nothing He cannot do. This is Manifest Monday. Faith is rising today. What heaven declared is finding its way. Yeah. This is Manifest Monday. We're walking in power. What God has spoken is blooming this hour. Manifest Monday. Victory is near. Manifest spoken. It's finally here. Chains are breaking, fear is leaving, vision waking, hearts believing. What seemed impossible before is opening a brand new door. Families healing, dreams restoring, rivers of favor now are pouring. Grace is moving through this place. We are walking in His grace. Faith and focus come together. Heaven begins to move. Every wall that stood before us is falling when we trust in you. This is Manifest Monday. Faith is rising today. What heaven declared is finding its way. Yeah. This is Manifest Monday. We're walking in power. What God has spoken is blooming this hour. Manifest Monday. We believe your word. Manifest spoken shall surely occur. Let it manifest. Let it manifest. Every promise God has spoken. spoken. Let it manifest. Let it manifest. Everything tonight is broken in my life. Manifest in this house. Manifest in this city. Manifest. Let your glory manifest. We don't wait for it. We walk in it. We don't chase it. We carry it. We don't hope for it. We house it. Manifest. 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 The kingdom is moving. The promise is living. What God declared will surely appear. Faith is alive. Purpose is clear. Oh no. This is Manifest Monday. And the moment is here.
Well, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy PT. We are live and ready to do Manifest Monday. If you are viewing with us on today, go ahead and drop in the chat. Let me know that you are viewing us live on tonight. I see Miss Daisy. I see you in here checking with us. I need to get with you because I need to spin you up. But I need you to jump on here. I see you, Liz, all the way from Ghana. I see you, girl. On here, drop in the chat. Let me know that you are viewing with us on tonight, because there is a word, I believe. There is a word from God on tonight. Come on, drop it in. If you had a great Easter, come on and say, he got up with all power in his hands. Come on, at followers, at highlights, go ahead and drop those comments in the chat so that it can see, so it could be seen what it is. I don't know if this OJ1 or OJ2, but what's up, OJ? What's up, Oos? Drop it in the chat so I can see it, so it can be live. Check in with your boy. Come on. I see you, Pastor J. Run. Come on, drop it in the chat. Let me know that you are here with your boy. Come on, drop it in. I'll give it a couple moments before we go live. I'm 7 minutes in on this live stream. I know Bishop always gets say, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all on time. So I'm gonna make sure that it's 7 minutes. I ain't started yet, and we already 8 minutes in. So I want to let everybody know. No, I'm just joking. Come on in. Come on in. Let us know that you are with us. I like the marketplace. I'm assuming you like the song or the shirt, which one? But anyway, so I appreciate you guys for dropping in with us tonight. Drop in, let me know, share, tag somebody, Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. And if you are viewing from my Facebook page, let me know you are here and you are watching from Georgia, or wherever you're watching from. Let me know that you are here so we can get started on tonight. There is a word for tonight. Love the song. Thank you. It's a mixture of me and Prophetess Tammy and Bishop, who has got that. Angel. Oh, I know we finna preach hard tonight. Angel on here. Hallelujah. My gal. That's my friend right there. That's my homie. Angel in here, so I'm finna preach hard. No, I'm kidding. What it do? I pray you guys have had an awesome and amazing week. And I know a couple of folks are getting ready to go on a I'm gonna mention they tell their business because I'm mad at them because I didn't get an invite. But a couple of people getting ready to go on a vacation, and they leaving your boy PT to keep working. It's all right. I'm gonna get my vacation in. Miss Daisy just come back from hers, and all Angel and them had to go on theirs, and ain't nobody taking PT. Bishop in Jamaica. Everybody going somewhere. Pastor Ron get ready to go somewhere on a cruise. Everybody trying to go somewhere, but Pat PT. Anyway, let me get started here tonight. I'm just messing with y'all on tonight. It's happy. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be feeling somewhat a little bit okay and better today. It's still a little bit of pain, but I am doing much better than I was on yesterday, and I pray that God continues to heal my body as I recover whatever this thing is that's going on. Well, welcome, family, to Manifest Monday, where faith meets focus and purpose comes alive in power. This is more than the broadcast. This is Manifest Monday. This is a movement. Every week we come together not just to be inspired, but to be ignited. Because when revelation meets expectation, manifestation becomes inevitable. Here we don't chase moments, we create them. We don't just talk about faith, we walk in it. We don't just pray for change, we become the change. So wherever you're watching from, whether you're in your home, on your job, in your car, or you on your way to your destiny, posture your heart, open your spirit, and get ready to receive what heaven is about to release, because this is more than another Monday. This is, it's Manifest Monday, where what we believe and what we build come into a divine agreement, and under the leadership of the none other than, and the legacy of none other than my father in love, my spiritual father, my pastor, Bishop Perry Ford. We declare that this is the place where vision is revived, faith is fueled, and purpose is what? It's manifested. So I want to welcome each one of you that are watching with us live here on Manifest Monday, and hope that this word that is going to come forth is something that will charge you into your week. Again, I do give honor to my bishop, Perry, Bishop, my dad, my father-in-law, all of that good stuff, as he continuously give me the opportunity to speak on his platform. But y'all, he released me to go speak on other people's platform. So I do honor and thank you for that, because you could not allow that. You could, you could not say, hey, you give it to somebody else. And like I said, you got plenty of sons to do it, and you continuously choose myself and some of the others, and I do appreciate that very much. Well, today I want to talk about the theology of Monday. I was going to use it, Pastor Dron. I was going to say, run, tell that, go tell somebody, go. I was going to use all that, but it hit me. We need to talk about the theology of Monday. I want to pick up right here with a thought, what that's been sitting on me heavy, and I believe is going to help somebody step into this week with clarity and intention. When we think our walk with God is over, or whatever it is, when we often center everything around the moment, we encounter the breakthrough and the experience, but we don't always talk about what comes after that moment. Let me say that again. When we think about our walk with God, and we often center everything around that moment and that encounter, that breakthrough, that experience, but we don't always talk about what comes after that moment. And that's where this idea comes in, the theology of Monday. Now, I know it ain't scripture that says Monday, but if Sunday was resurrection, then Monday is responsibility. And I need you to really lean into that, because it reframes how we see our lives. Sunday represents what God has done, his power on display, his ability to bring dead things back to life, his victory over everything that tried to hold him down. But Monday represents what I do in response to what he's already done. Sunday is celebration, but Monday is continuation. Sunday is where the miracle happened, but Monday is where the meaning of that miracle is lived out. And too often we shout over what God did, but we don't shift how we live because of what he did. Y'all hold on, this phone is distracting me. So again, we shout over what God did, but we don't shift how we live because of what he did. Because the truth is, what God does in one moment is never just for that moment. It carries demand. It requires a response. It calls for alignment. If he brought us out, that means something for it. That means something for how you walk into this week. And he revealed himself. That means something for how you think, how you move, how you show up. You can't have a resurrection experience and still live like nothing changed. In other words, you can't celebrate yesterday that he got up and today act like ain't nothing ever happened. There has to be a continuation of what God started. And that's the tension. Many of us love powers of Sunday, but we resist the responsibility of Monday. We love what God does for us, but we don't always embrace what God is calling us to do next. But real faith doesn't start at the experience. It moves into expression. It shows up in your decisions, in your disciplines, in your direction. So the big idea is this: what God did yesterday is now placing a demand on how I live today. If he lifted me, I've got to walk different. If he spoke to me, I've got to move different. If he showed me something, I've got to become something. Because at the end of the day, your faith is not proven in the moment you felt God. It's proven the day that follows. Let me say that again, because at the end of the day, your faith is not proven in the moment you felt God, the moment you felt that shana, the moment you felt it in your pinky toe. It is proven in the days that follow. And this Monday, you're not just coming off of what happened, you're stepping into what requires. And that brings me to the heart of this. And this is the lens we have to see through it. Resurrection is not just something to celebrate, it's something to carry. Let me say that again. Resurrection is not something to celebrate, not just something we celebrate, it's something we must carry. It's not just an event we shout about, it's a reality we walk in, not just proof that God has power. It calls for us to live differently because the power has been revealed. Because if all resurrection does is give you a moment, then you missed it. Let me say that again. If all Resurrection Sunday is, or Easter, however you quote it, if all it does is give you a moment to shout and to do all of this stuff then you missed it. But if resurrection begins to shape your mindset, your movement, your decisions, your discipline, then now you're walking in the fullness of what it was meant to produce. Resurrection carries the weight. It places a demand on your life. It shifts your perspective. It disrupts your pattern. It challenge how you think, how you respond, how you show up when things don't go your way. Because you can't say you can't say he got up and then stay stuck. You can't celebrate life and then continue to live like you're still bound by what tried to bury you. No, resurrection is evidence that something has changed. If something has changed, then you have to change with it. So this week, this Monday, this moment, it's not just about remembering what God did. It's about carrying what that means. It's about walking up with the understanding that I don't just have a testimony, I have responsibility. Somebody drop that in the chat, responsibility. That what God brought me through is now shaping how I walk forward, because resurrection is not just something to celebrate, it's something to carry, something to live, something to walk out every single day. And this is where the text really starts to open up for us, because when we move into John 20 and 21, you have to read it in light of what just happened in the verses before. The disciples are not in a place of strength. They are in a place of fear. Doors are shut, not for privacy, but for protection. They are hiding, uncertain, disoriented, and mentally overwhelmed because everything they thought was going to happen did not happen the way they expected it. And it is into that exact environment that not after they get it together, not after they calm themselves down, Jesus steps in. And hermeneutically, that matters because it shows us that Jesus does not wait for ideal conditions to reveal himself. He reveals himself in the middle of instability. Now, I know many of y'all heard me preach some of this on yesterday, and you must have didn't know I was going to use some of this again and give you what you need for today. And when Jesus shows up, the first thing he says is not a command and not an assignment, not a correction. He says, peace be with you. That word peace there is not a casual language. It carries the weight of shalom, wholeness, completeness, order being restored where there was chaos. In other words, Jesus is not just calming their emotion, he is reordering their inner world. And theologically, this is a set pattern. God always established peace before he releases purpose. Let me say that again. God always establishes peace before he releases purpose, because if he gives you an assignment without anchoring your mind, you will mishandle what he sent you to do. And this is why he doesn't start with go. He starts with peace. He deals with their internal condition before he ever addressed their external calling. And that's critical because many people want clarity on what to do next, but they have not received peace about where they are right now. Can I tell you the truth about something? I have been up and down and around trying to figure out different situations about my job, and I haven't had peace about it. And that's because God have not given it to me yet. Thus, I need to stay my behind where I am. Okay, I threw it at you, but you ducked. Okay, I'll move on. And if we're honest, that's where many of us are living. We are trying to function while fragmented. We are trying to move while mentally scattered, trying to step into purpose while still governed by anxiety and by fear and uncertainty. But the text shows us that peace is not something you achieve. It's something he announces. He speaks it over them before they ever respond correctly, which means peace is not the result of your circumstances changing. It is the result of his presence entering. And so the teaching is clear. Peace is the foundation before the function. Write that down, put that down, whatever you want to do, put it in the chat. Peace is the foundation before function. Peace is the foundation before function. You cannot walk effectively in purpose if your mind is overwhelmed, if your spirit is unsettled, if your thoughts are chaotic, because anxiety will distort your assignment. Fear will make you interpret what God is doing, and instability will cause you to shrink back from what you were actually sent to step into. And so here's your Monday application. Don't start your week rushed and anxious and reactive. Don't wake up already overwhelmed by everything that could go wrong. Don't step into your responsibility already mentally defeated. Start from what Jesus has already spoken, because before you check your emails, before you handle responsibilities, before you deal with people, anchor yourself in this reality. Peace be with you. Not peace that you earn, not peace that you create, but peace that he declared over your life. Because you don't work for peace, you work from peace. I threw it at you, but you ducked. Let me see if I can cast my net and catch some fish. Here it is. You don't work for peace. So you don't go to work to get peace. You don't go to do things to get peace. You work from peace. And when you start to work from peace, you think differently, you respond differently, you carry yourself differently. You're not easily shaken, you're not easily overwhelmed, you're not easily thrown off, because your foundation is not what's happening around you, it's what he has already spoken within you. And once that piece is established, once their inner world is settled, Jesus does not leave them there. He doesn't just calm them down so they can stay comfortable. He calms them down so they can be commissioned. Because in the text, peace is never the destination, it's preparation. It's the necessary condition for what comes next. And this is where we move into our next movement of the verse. Point two, recognize you are sent as the Father has sent. That's the part of the text. I didn't read the text, but as the Father has sent me. Now watch this. We're in John chapter number 20, verse 21, and the scripture reads, Jesus said unto them, peace be peace to you. As the Father has sent me, I also send you. Now watch this, watch the shift. He goes from speaking to them to defining them, because after he says, peace be with you, the next thing he does is anchor their identity in his example. As the Father has sent me. In other words, before I tell you what to do, I need you to understand who you are and how you see yourself. Okay. Before I tell you what to do, I need you to understand who you are and how you are to see yourself. Now, hermeneutically, this is critical because Jesus is not introducing a new idea. He is connecting them to an already established pattern, the way the Father sent the Son. So now the question becomes, how was Jesus sent? He was sent with intention. He didn't wander, he walked in purpose. He was sent with authority. He spoke and moved under the divine backing. With clarity, he knew why he was there. And with submission, he operates in alignment with the Father's will. Let me say that again. He was sent with intentionality. He was sent with authority. He was sent with clarity, and he was sent with submission, which means when Jesus says, as the Father has sent me, he is not just making a statement, he is setting a standard. He is saying the same way I was sent is the same way you are now to live. And theologically, this shifts Christianity from just belief to participation. You are not just saved to sit. You are saved to be sent. You are not just a recipient of grace. You are a carrier of an assignment. And many people struggle here because they have reduced their faith to attendance, to moments, to feelings. But the text pushes us beyond that and says, no, your identity is tied to your sending. Okay, I threw it at you, but you duck. Let me see it again. You wonder who you are and why you look the way or why you are the way that you are, because it is tied to your purpose. It is tied to your sending. And this is where it gets practical for Monday, because if you miss this, you'll treat your life like routine instead of mission. You will think you're just going to work, just handling responsibilities, just dealing with people. But the text reframes it. You are being sent into environments. You are being sent into conversations. You are being sent into spaces where something on your life is supposed to show up. Now, so now your job is not just a paycheck, it's placement. Your environment is not just random, but it's intentional. Your week is not accidental, it's a sign. So the very next time you go into work and you wondering, why am I here getting these little coins? Then I came here to tell you that you are on assignment, that you are there by purpose. You are there because God has placed you there. Which means when you wake up on Monday, you don't ask what I have to do. You ask, where am I being sent? I know many of you wake up on Monday and you got your calendar, you go into work and you check all your emails and you try to see where you need to go. No, let's reframe that. Let's go, where am I being sent? Where are you sending me? Who are you putting in my path on today? Because once you understand that you are being sent, it changes how you move. You stop shrinking back. You stop second guessing. You stop treating your life casually, and you start walking with a different level of awareness. Why? Because now you realize I am not just here, I was sent here. And that's the shift. Peace settles you, but purpose sends you. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm running out of time. I started 7 minutes later, so I'm gonna buy a couple of seconds. When identity is established, once you understand that you are not just existing, but you are sent, the text doesn't stop there, because Jesus doesn't just define the pattern, he makes it personal. He says, and this is point number 3 where we get this, is he says, move in your assignment. Here it is. It's in the text. It says, Jesus said to them again, peace to you, as the Father has sent me, I also send you. Now, this is where the weight of the text is really the weight of the text really lands, because it shifts from general to specifics or specific. I can't even say the word. I shouldn't even try to say it. Specifics. As the Father has sent me, that's the pattern, but I also send you. That's the responsibility. In other words, Jesus is no longer talking broadly. He is talking directly. He is looking at a room full of fearful, uncertain, not fully ready disciples. And he doesn't say, wait until you feel better. He doesn't say, wait until you understand everything. He says, I send you. And, that's what bothers me with Christians. And a lot of times, sometimes, we get assignments and stuff, and I'm not going to finish this, so I'm going to just go ahead and try to skip through it. But we try to figure everything out. Let me pray about it. Let me think about it. Let me so on and so forth. And instead, what God is saying to them is, go. I also send you. He says, as the Father has sent me, I also send you. Now that matters, because it shows us that the sending is not based on their emotional readiness. It is based on his authority. The text never say they were fully confident. It never say that they had everything figured out. In fact, if you keep reading the narrative, you are still processing what just happened. And yet Jesus still sends them, which means the qualification for your assignment is not your perfection. It's his commission. And this is the shift from identity to action. It's one thing to know you were sent, but it's another thing to move like you were sent. I don't understand. It's one thing to move, to act like, or to know that you were sent, but it's another thing to move like you were sent. It's another thing to show up knowing I'm supposed to be here because God has sent me. Because you can have peace and still sit. You can understand purpose and still hesitate. But the text presses us beyond the understanding of obedience. And obedience is not always convenient. It requires movement when clarity is still developing. And this is where many people get stuck right here, right here, right between knowing and doing. See, most of us, we got to know too much. Bishop May always bother me because she say us millennials, we got to know when to do it, how to do it, what to do it, and all of this good stuff. And before we do it, and by the time we do it, it's already too late to do it. And when you know what you know, you don't mind just doing. You know God has called you. You know there's something on your life. You know you're not supposed to stay where you are, but you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, the perfect conditions. And the text disrupt that mindset because Jesus sent them as they are, not as they will be. So the Monday application is clear. Stop waiting for everything to line up before you move. Stop delaying what God has already declared. Stop overthinking what he already spoke. If God said it, if he said it, then go. If he said it, then move. If he placed something on your heart, then respond to it, because Monday is not about readiness, it's about response. And if I was in the church, I'd hoop this thing on out. And here's the power of it. You don't move alone. The same one who spoke peace is the same one who sins, which means you're not stepping into your week by yourself. You're stepping into one that is backed by his authority, covered by his presence, and aligned with his purpose. So now the progression of this text makes sense. He spoke, he reveals purpose, and now he releases people. And the question is no longer what happened on Sunday. The real question is, how am I going to move on Monday? And if he sent you, it's time to move. And I'm all out of minutes. I'm gonna put this away because I'm over time, and I got plenty of more message. And maybe, hopefully, one day I'll get back to this. And I just want to drop this nugget on you right here before I go. You're sent. You're not disqualified. You are sent. If God declared it, then you need to go and do it. And that, my brothers and sisters, that is the theology of Monday. After Sunday has come, after you've shouted, after you've been laid hands on, after you've been delivered, after you fell out all over and broke them people benches and pews and broke a couple of chairs, and you done got up and your shirt messed up, you done broke your heels and you done scuffed your shoes. After Sunday, when you get through doing all that, remember, you were sent. So on Monday, the theology of Monday is I was sent. So now I have to go in purpose. I have to go in peace. I have to do all of this stuff in order for my week, my month, my year, my life to be staying in purpose. So here's how we'll seal this on today. This is not just something you hear. It is something you declare over your life. I want you to, if you can catch it, I'll probably try to drop it in the chat afterwards. If you can catch it, write it down, Miss Daisy, Minister Daisy. If you can put it down there, I'm going to say it kind of slow. I want you to declare this over your life as you move and you walk up on your Mondays, on your Tuesdays, on your Wednesday. I got rid of my heavy load. I almost started singing that song anyway, but I want you to say this and declare this over your life. I receive his peace. I walk in his purpose, and I move like I've been sent. I will not be ruled by fear. I will not be slowed down by doubt, and I will not shrink back from what God has called me to do. This week, I walk with clarity. I move with confidence, and I show up with authority because God has already gone before me. What he started, I will steward. What he sends me, where he sends me, I will go. And how he called me, I will walk it out. I'm going to drop that in the chat so that you can get it, I hope that you get it. I'm going to drop that in the chat. Let's say that again. I receive his peace. I walk in his purpose. I move like I've been sent. I will not be ruled by fear. I will not be slowed by doubt. I will not shrink back from what God has called me to do. This week, I walk with clarity. I move with confidence, and I show up with authority because God has already gone before me. What he started, I will steward. Where he sent me, I will go. And how he called me, I will walk it out. Now go into this week, my brothers and sisters, charge. Go into this week with your head up, with your spirit steady, with your mind made up. Don't wait another moment. Don't wait another sign. Wait for another sign. Don't wait until everything feels perfect. Step into this week knowing you've already been covered. You've already been called. You've already been sent. Walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. You know the song. Some of y'all young folks, walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. Walk like it. Talk like it. Move like it, because this is not just another Monday. This is your assignment. This is the theology of Monday. My brothers and sisters, family, what a night it has been. The word has gone forth. Faith has been stirred, and the atmosphere has been shifted. Every week we declare that this is not just another Manifest Monday. This is not just another Monday. This is a Manifest Monday, and we don't wait on it. We walk in it. We don't chase it. We carry it. We don't hope for it. We house it. And because the kingdom is in motion and manifestation is happening right now. And again, under the covering and the legacy of my father, my spiritual father, my pastor, my Bishop Perry Ford, we stand in agreement with that. The oil still flows, the vision still breathes, and the movement still manifests. So as you leave this moment, but never from his presence, lift your hand right where you are. Let's take a little time to draw closer to the one who has been with you through it all. Come on, family. Let's worship together. I pray that this message has been of a good message to you. Come a little bit closer and see what the Lord has done. Go, walk in it, be it. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. Be blessed.
New mercy rising, faith igniting, hope awakening, hearts aligning. God is moving, doors are opening wide. Purpose calling, destiny aligning. Every promise heaven spoke, every seed that faith has sown. Now the season is unfolding. When faith and focus come together, heaven begins to move. When we stand on what God promised, there's nothing he cannot do. This is Manifest Monday. Faith is rising today. What heaven declared is finding its way. Yeah. This is Manifest Monday. We're walking in power. What God has spoken is blooming this hour. Manifest Monday. Victory is near. Manifest spoken. It's finally here. Chains are breaking, fear is leaving. Vision waking, hearts believing. What seemed impossible before is opening a brand new door. Families healing, dreams restoring. Rivers of favor now are pouring. Grace is moving through this place. We are walking in his grace. Faith and focus come together. Heaven begins to move. Every wall that stood before us is falling when we trust in you. This is Manifest Monday. Faith is rising today. What heaven declared is finding its way. Yeah. This is Manifest Monday. We're walking in power. What God has spoken is blooming this hour. Manifest Monday. We believe your word. Manifest spoken shall surely occur. Let it manifest. Let it manifest. Every promise God has spoken. Let it manifest. Let it manifest. Every pain tonight.